Hey there and welcome to Ablas. In this video, we're going to cover the French subjunctive, including when to use it, and how to conjugate it with an example conversation. Be sure to download the PDF of today's lesson from the link in the description. So what actually is the French subjunctive? The French subjunctive, le subjonctif, is a grammatical mood rather than a tense. It's used to express your feelings toward an action or event. Unlike the indicative mood, which is the one we use most often to talk about facts and objective truths, the subjunctive focuses on subjectivity, uncertainty, and possibility. In English, the subjunctive is rarely used for only a few expressions like, if I were you, but in French, it's very common in both informal and formal settings. Let's explore the situations that require the subjunctive. The first one is when you want something to happen. Je veux que tu finisses à temps. I want you to finish on time. Notice that finisse is in the subjunctive present tense here.
Il faut que tu te brosses les dents.
You have to brush your teeth.
Il exige qu'elle se joigne à nous.
He insists that she join us. We also need the subjunctive to express emotion and feelings.
Je suis content qu'elle vienne.
I'm happy she's coming.
Je crains qu'il soit trop tard.
I'm afraid that it's too late.
Il est bizarre qu'il soit fermé.
It's strange that they're closed. We also use it when expressing doubt or talking about a possibility of something happening.
Je ne suis pas sûre que ce soit correct.
I'm not sure this is right.
Il se peut qu'il fasse trop chaud.
It could be that it's too hot.
Je doute qu'il puisse le faire.
I doubt he can do it. Some conjunctions require the subjunctive. Here are some examples.
Bien que.
Although.
Pour que.
So that.
Jusqu'à ce que.
Until.
À condition que.
Provided that.
Avant que.
Before. You might have noticed that most of the time the subjunctive follows the word que. This is a good clue to look out for when figuring out if the subjunctive should be used. There are some other cases that require the subjunctive. For example,
le fait qu'elle ait gagné est incroyable.
The fact that she won is incredible. Even though this is a factual statement, we'd still need the subjunctive here.
Que la lumière soit.
Let there be light. This structure often appears in more formal language to express a wish or command. And finally, there are some cases that don't require the subjunctive. For example, if we want to say,
Je pense que Paul est en retard.
We'd use the normal indicative form here, because we're talking about someone's belief. I think Paul is late. However, if we turn that into a negative sentence, it would require the subjunctive because the person is doubtful.
Je ne pense pas que Paul soit en retard.
There are also some conjunctions that don't require the subjunctive, even though they have que in them.
Savoir que.
To know that.
Il est certain que.
It's certain that.
Il est vrai que.
It's true that. Now we know when the subjunctive can occur, let's dive in and conjugate some verbs. We'll start off with some regular verbs in the present tense. In this case, all you need to do is take the third person plural of the verb in the present indicative tense. For example,
ils finissent.
Then, remove the ent ending and add on the appropriate subjunctive ending. Let's see this in practice with the verb to sell.
Vendre.
The subjunctive stem would be vend, and so we can add the subjunctive endings onto that.
Je vende, tu vendes, ils elles on vende, nous vendions, vous vendiez, ils elles vendent.
And let's also look at the verb parler, to talk.
Je parle, tu parles, ils elles on parle, nous parlions, vous parliez, ils elles parlent.
And here are some irregular verbs, to go, to have, and to be.
Aller, avoir, être. J'aille, tu ailles, il elles on aille, nous allions, vous alliez, ils elles aillent. J'ai, tu es, il elles on est, nous ayons, vous ayez, ils elles aillent. Je sois, tu sois, il elles soient, nous soyons, vous soyez, ils elles soient.
If you feel like going a step further, you can try conjugating the past subjunctive. Here we take the present subjunctive of the auxiliary verb, avoir or être, and add on the past participle of the main verb. Don't worry if that sounds confusing at first. Let's look at some examples.
Je suis heureuse que tu aies pu venir hier.
I'm glad that you could come yesterday. We're conjugating the auxiliary verb avoir, along with the past participle of the verb pouvoir.
Il faut qu'il soit rentré avant minuit.
He must have come back before midnight. Now let's put the subjunctive into practice with an everyday conversation.
Léo et Alain arrivent devant l'immeuble où les attend Denise, l'agent immobilier.
Bonjour. Je suis Denise.
Bonjour Denise, moi c'est Léo. Je suis content que vous ayez trouvé le temps de nous recevoir aujourd'hui.
Et moi Alain. On cherche depuis des mois, il est essentiel que l'appartement soit dans notre budget.
Je comprends parfaitement. Suivez-moi, il faut qu'on monte au 3e étage.
Ils montent l'escalier et Denise ouvre la porte d'entrée avec ses clés.
Voici le salon. Il y a beaucoup de lumière naturelle. Les anciens propriétaires ont refait la peinture récemment.
C'est spacieux. Alain, tu crois qu'on peut mettre notre grand canapé ici?
Bien sûr. Denise, il faudrait qu'on voie aussi la cuisine.
Certainement, elle est juste là. Regardez les nouveaux électroménagers.
Ils entrent dans la cuisine moderne. Alain examine le réfrigérateur pendant que Léo regarde par la fenêtre.
Elle est parfaite. Dommage que l'ancien appart n'ait pas eu une cuisine comme ça.
T'as raison. Denise, vous pensez que le propriétaire acceptera notre offre si on la fait aujourd'hui?
C'est tout à fait possible. Il vaut mieux que vous preniez une décision rapidement. D'autres visiteurs viennent demain.
Je pensais pas qu'on trouverait si vite. Mais il est important qu'on discute ensemble d'abord.
Denise les conduit vers la chambre principale. La vue sur le parc impressionne les deux amis.
Cette vue est magnifique, non? C'est probablement l'atout principal de l'appartement.
Absolument. Alain, je suis surpris qu'on soit si chanceux. Cet endroit est exactement ce qu'on cherchait.
Denise, il faut qu'on sache, il y a des frais cachés?
Aucun frais caché. Je doute que vous trouviez mieux à ce prix dans le quartier.
Parfait. Il est temps qu'on prenne cette décision. Alain, qu'est-ce que t'en penses?
Je pense qu'on devrait faire une offre. Bien que ce soit un gros engagement, j'ai confiance.
So, did you spot the subjunctive mood in that conversation? Feel free to leave us a comment with any questions. But we're not done yet, it's quiz time. Which phrase typically triggers the subjunctive?
Je sais que. Il est certain que. Je doute que.
The correct answer is,
Je doute que.
which of these does not trigger the subjunctive?
Je ne crois pas que. Je pense que. Il est possible que.
The correct answer is,
Je pense que.
how do you conjugate the verb to do in the first person subjunctive present tense?
Je fasse. Je fais. Je fais.
The correct answer is,
Je fasse.
well done for getting this far. Now your task is to extend the conversation from earlier where the two friends move into their new apartment. Try to throw in some examples of the subjunctive where possible. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this lesson and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos. Our website is full of fun games across 7 languages, so head on over and put your skills to the test. Until next time, thanks for watching.